always applying basically those demonstrations to every single sessions there. Because in my times, rarely we can see basically my lecturers demonstrate entirely the process of working. They only explain and they let us to explore. But for my kind of way of working, I love to show more rather than I explain also at the same time directly. But the thing is right now, a lot of people, they don't basically learn from what they saw. That's basically the hardest thing basically I have in my kind of process of developing the lessons, because people nowadays they kind of lose out of focus when they saw people do. They try to comparing directly. Oh, I cannot do like this, I cannot do like that because it's quite difficult there, okay, because this one look pro, this one, right? I didn't focus on the perfections. That's the matter is right. That's the matter is right now. If I want to focus on the perfections, I know that you guys won't be able to get it right. Okay, I'm focusing on how actually you're going to move your hand first, and that's how actually you're going to supposed to focus right now. Am I actually moving in the right way or not when I draw? When you look at my videos here, or some of the video that I actually have shown you guys before, am I doing it right according to what my demonstration that I show right now? How actually I construct the line there, right? That's basically the thing that you should see from here. I go back into this one there, okay? If I want to draw this one here, right? Using either different kind of shapes of mediums there, okay? Normally when people draw, okay, they start to draw like this. What is this there, right? You try to draw a leaf or you want to draw a human head, right? And of course, if you use any kind of device, okay, even though you're using pencils there, okay, the same routine that we can see from it. And people who doesn't have knowledge, they will straight to draw like this. But I'm going to draw the neck first. Then I'm going to improvise the line of actions. Okay, because I'm not trying to focus, okay, the shoulders and also the hips. Okay, the line that actually form the shoulders and the hip kind of formations there. Can you see here when I draw? I improvise the thing that I saw, that I actually look into there, okay, but it still basically form the right kind of proportions there, guys. You see that when I move my hands over here, I know basically this one is not right, too short there, right? So I improvise them. And then simplify basically the shape and stylize at the same time there, right? So when you have that kind of understanding, easy for you to correct other people's work. It doesn't mean that whatever that I show right here, they're going to be perfectly have been done there, right? Okay? It's not basically that, guys. Okay, everyone make the same mistakes, okay, once in a while. But the point is right now, when you analyze those mistakes, that's basically the difference here, right? When you analyze those mistakes there, right? So some of the things that you can draw using this kind of styles there, okay, on basic structures over here. Okay. Form the whole thing using the basic structures there, right? And form with the line at the same time here. So this is what we call also gestures line drawings there right now. But how to measure them back? without having the proper kind of alignment that we haven't actually learned before, by improve your kind of observations. That's the first thing first that you have to understand here. How to develop a smooth kind of line at the same time when you draw things. But don't try to draw in our exercise that you have to submit from other people's drawings like this. You can do it actually for your leisure times, but not for our submissions yet. Okay? But you guys can see the flow itself. I want to show you guys the flows of those lines when I draw. Okay, you guys can see the way that I move my hands from me, even though this basically microphone stand basically, okay, what we call that, block a little bit on the movement, but it doesn't matter here right now, guys. Okay. So you guys can see right now, okay, the formations of those lines there. Okay, it doesn't matter, okay, whether you guys can draw as close as what you see, but the flows that you saw from there, the proportion that I try to manage there, okay, and also the confidence line that we produce from here will give you that kind of confidence with your results here right now. Okay, we have this reference right here with us. Draw using those traditional methods, sketchbooks, but I want to show you guys basically how it goes. If I want to start to draw, okay, from these positions here, take a look how actually I've moved my hands there, okay, when I draw here right now. Okay, I start with a thought there, right, with the hands there, and then I start to work with those head here right now there, right. You can see every single drawing that I produce there, okay, I'm using different kind of strokes and line. Okay, I'm controlling also my pressure point when I draw there. Right? This is the shoulder part there, right? And this is the hips. Okay. And then I start to draw those thigh and also the legs there. Right? And I didn't actually focus on those details here. But the flows of the line that I produce here, okay, that you guys have to relearn, okay, to develop. Right? Those are the quality of those drawings that you start to produce from here, from now on. Right? Can you see that? As this line works. Comparing to what you draw normally like this. What is this? This is not basically, if you start to draw like this, I will ask you to redraw back again. If you start to draw like this, please redraw back again. This is not just this line drawing here. Okay? I didn't teach you guys to draw like this there. You guys know basically when you start to, what we call that, develop your kind of drawing. Okay, if you start to draw like this, redraw back again. I didn't teach you guys to draw like this one. This is the line work that we want to produce entirely for every sketch kind of line drawings, okay? Gestures line, sketch line drawing, develop those ideas there, okay? Before, basically, if you've been asked to draw one single shape like this way, right? To draw a simple kind of characters, for example. You won't be able to draw like this, okay? A simple kind of drawing is over here. If you don't develop this kind of drawings. All right. Any questions? What is it, okay? Oh, Jamie, okay, Jamie. Thank you very much, guys, okay, for informing, okay, because I not actually want to record this on the purpose just now, okay, but thank you very much for reminding me there. All right, guys, any questions regarding to our lessons over here for today? All right, if you guys being clear enough there, okay, you got around 30 minutes there, okay. Draw from our reference, which is actually giving you guys, okay, in our brief there, okay, earlier. Don't draw from any other subjects yet. Don't draw from any other drawings there yet, okay. Please draw from those 5 references there. Using gestures line drawings combined with the continuous line drawing techniques. All right. And then please record your sessions. Okay. I want to ask you guys, is anyone from these groups want to share your kind of demonstrations there? Okay, you guys can actually volunteer there, okay? Anyone there, right? Okay. Anyone? Okay, you guys can prepare yourself. Okay, we can take those kind of demonstrations from there. Okay, we can see some of the motions, like some of the movements that I want to see during the sessions over here. All right, I'm going to off my screen sharing. Okay, and I want to let you guys to prepare. Okay, we got around 30 minutes there, right? Okay, to work on it. I'm going to be here. You guys can see basically, okay, my second kind of screens over there, right? Because I want to take a look how actually you move your hands when I draw at the same times, that we can actually do some a little bit kind of consultations, okay, on the works itself, right? Okay, guys, are you guys ready? You guys ready there, okay? Please. Sir, how about the demo video? Can we use the video that we sent over? Yes, can, right? Yes, has to put those samples to there, okay, so we can see the result from here. Okay. Week 3, yes. But as I actually have been request on our brief, okay. I only provide one video demo in 20 seconds or 30 seconds, okay, to show one of the best video demos, okay, that actually show how actually you move your hand and strokes there, right? Okay. But if you don't make it right, also it's okay there, okay. But I want to see whether you make mistakes, how actually we can improve later on from there. But of course, don't wait only for my comment, okay. Take a look back again how I actually move my hands when I draw. And just now, basically, I did also some of the demonstrations, which is I'm going to show you guys also later on, okay, how actually I did it, basically those videos using my sketchbooks over here. Okay, this is basically my 10-second drawings. This is basically my own time, okay, when I design using those kind of pen, okay, when I draw, okay, those drawing pen over here. So you can see the quality of line that I produce and the flows and no hesitation when I draw the right. That's basically the things that matters right now, not the perfections of those drawings there, right? Okay? Because a lot of people make mistakes by doing it in the wrong way of moving their line, okay, when they draw. And there's a lot of hesitation from that. Okay, one of the reasons that I can actually conclude because you set your mind to get those drawings to perfect there, right? I'm not focusing on the perfections. No one going to be perfect in this world there, right? Okay? But you can actually improve and develop those progress all the times. All right, those are the things here right now. All right, so get ready. Anyone want to share your screen? All right, show basically your developments in live sessions like this. Okay, you are welcome. Okay, anyone want to volunteer there? Okay, don't worry there. Everyone make mistakes there, guys. So we can share, we can actually get a sort of experience from there, right? Anyone want to share that, right? Guys, I want to ask you guys one thing. This is only for my research, right? Okay. What type of online game that you guys play right now? That you actually look into right now, right? All right. Yeah, that's what I heard, right? Genshin Impact. Because I'm actually in the process of develop on try to do some demonstrations, okay, but not for our class, that for the commercial users, okay, how to develop the characters from there. You should play games that at your age they come on there, right? You knew on what, Josephine? If you have time, just play some of the games, not just to lose a little bit on your time, but you can actually relax a little bit there, right? But don't get too caught too much, right, on the games itself. Because I also, last year I started playing the old version of Counter-Strikes, but I kind of like uninstall back again because it's running a lot of my times on working there again. But I have fun with it, okay? Yoji card game. Oh, Jocelyn, okay? Josephine, you new here there, right? Okay, please basically check back again some of the videos that I create. All right, this one. And for the last few weeks, 2 weeks there, okay, we did a few number kind of what we call that exercise, okay, which is last week basically we did a blind drawing exercise. All right, for example, the blind drawing exercise over here, the things that we want to do there, right, okay, we need to apply and also develop here there, right? You guys can see my screen over here. We're doing the blind drawing exercise, which is those drawing that we try to develop were not basically to develop the perfect drawings there, but the things that we try to apply is to develop the contour line drawings like this. Okay, when we draw, we look at the reference, but we don't look at the papers there, right? Okay, the connection between eyes, mind, and hands together there, okay, to develop this kind of drawings here. I draw myself entirely using this kind of methods there, okay. You have to draw from reference that works. I try to find the sketchbooks, okay, more sketchbooks. But normally, I don't want to use this sketchbook because this is one of the sketchbook that I doesn't want to use, okay, because I have to use that in more special occasions there. I don't know whether I have more sketchbooks right here, but I have tons of piles of A4 papers. Okay, I want to show you guys, okay, Josephine, back again, how actually I controlling my hands when I draw here, right? Okay, the blind drawing exercise that will lead into our observations techniques, right? One of the main criteria that we have to improve before we're going to develop our understanding how to control in the right way. Hopefully this one can be used. Not that much help there. So if I want to draw basically my face by not looking at the papers, but I'm looking at my screen over here, I'm looking at basically my structures of my face there, okay? This is what I'm going to do, okay? See the way that I move my hands from here there, okay? I start with my hair. But the line that I try to draw are going to be continuous line here right now. Okay? The shapes of my hair when I draw. You guys can you can see basically okay, how actually I managed to develop that kind of understanding here. Okay, slowly I draw basically my ears. All right, and then I start to draw basically the glasses there, the frame of those glasses. The frame of my glasses were not basically what we call that straight square there, right? Okay, I draw the eyes, the eyebrows, and then I start to draw. Okay, my hands when I draw that, okay, I start to do this kind of continuous line without lift off my pen when I draw that. Okay, this is basically one of the foundation exercise that can give the practitioners there, okay, to develop that kind of understanding there first. Then I draw the nose. See, I draw the nose there, okay, slowly when I draw the nose there, right? I draw the right side of my ears. The drawings are not going to be perfectly been done there, okay, but okay, how actually I draw basically my mustache there, okay, the shapes of it there. Then again, draw the lips. Okay, and then I start to draw basically okay the entire goatee and also those mustache there. Even though I didn't look at the papers when I draw them, right, I'm still actually trying to manage to get it right. Okay, to get the proportions right, and of course it's not going to be perfectly there, right? Because this exercise that we did were basically to practice our eyes to see things in the right way at first. Try to complete those lines. Okay, without looking at the papers while I draw, I'm focusing entirely my eyes to see from my eye. I try to draw using my eyes there. And I give my hands the directions and control my mind instead directly by not thinking directly too much about the difficulties that I'm going to face from there. That's basically the hardest kind of lessons and practice and discipline that we try to develop from here. Because without that kind of discipline that you can create from this exercise, you won't be able to improve a lot of your techniques later on. We're not talking about styles, we're talking about techniques there to develop our pure understanding there, okay? How to develop the right kind of way to design, to see things there, okay? Using our observation exercise there, okay? That we call blind drawing exercise there, right? Okay. Blind drawing doesn't mean we close our eyes there, but if I want to close my eyes, you guys can see also how actually I connected my imaginations, my knowledge to draw my faces without opening up my eyes. You guys can see also the same kind of results, but of course a little bit kind of off of the proportions, right? But the connections there that are built from there, the understanding, the knowledge, the experience directly, we basically can conclude from those results. That's basically the beauty, the value of those exercises that we try to create from here. So now can we see send to you now? Yes, you can send it over there, right? All right, you can send it over there. Anyone want to share the screen? No? Okay, Josephine, okay, you saw right now, okay, the result from here. Right. The things that I want to show basically, okay, other than that, let's just say that I'm going to close my eyes while I'm drawing. Okay, let's just say I'm going to close my eyes when I draw that. let me see there, okay? Let me see there, okay? If I'm close my eyes while I'm drawing there, okay? What are the things I can see from here? So I'm start from here, close my eyes. You guys can see that, right? I'm not actually open up my eyes over here. But when I draw, okay, whatever that I move, according to what I saw in my mind, in my memories there, okay, about myself. Right? How I construct some of the major details. Now I draw the nose. Go back and draw those ears from right here, okay? And go back to whatever that I can actually senses there, right? Draw those mustache, lips, and then the rest of those faces there, right? Draw the neck and the rest of the body there, on the shoulders there. See? I didn't actually open up my eyes when I draw that, guys. But can you see basically the connection between those imaginations, the knowledge, experience that I actually just do it just now, okay, in blind drawing exercise? Now I close my eyes when I draw. It's not magic there, okay? It's all about experience there. It's all about knowledge there. It's all about understanding from here. Can you close your eyes when you draw your face? The movements that I create from here, the movements of the flows using this kind of techniques. Same goes to the gesture drawings techniques that we produce today are going to be the same techniques that we produce in our blind drawing exercise. Contour line drawings that way. Contour line drawing that way. Why we call it contour line drawing? Because the drawing that we produce is like we draw a map on the faces there, right? Or any other subject that you want to draw. Let's just say I close my eyes to draw a drinking bottle, okay? Using my kind of understanding there. Drinking bottle there, right? Close my eyes there. So my hands know where to move using my kind of imaginations and knowledge there. But the point is right now, the first exercise and the second and all the exercise that we create right now, we're not using our imaginations to work on it, but we develop our imaginations here. We train our imaginations by look at things in the right way there first. Okay? We look at things first in the right way before you're going to imagine them. All right? Without learning the good way, the right way to produce those observations exercise, you won't be able to get it right in any kind of drawings exercise that you produce later on. Okay? Have you seen someone actually draw by closing their eyes before? Anyone have seen before? Not a blind people, people close their eyes and then they draw their face there, right? Right. Yeah, where is it? Right. Close eyes and then they draw there, right? Okay? For YouTube there, okay? I want to see there, right? Okay? How they close their eyes to draw there, right? So those are the things they guys. Now we experience basically from your lectures there, okay? To draw them back. All right. So I'm not saying that I can draw anything using those when I close my eyes, okay? But well, at least you guys can apply basically the same kind of analogies and methods from there. All right. Okay. Can you draw them using your eyes closed in a few minutes? Those are the things, okay? So whatever that you guys working on right now, okay? This is basically the thing that you have to understand that first. Okay, before we're going to train ourselves to draw how to use what type of shape that we're going to use there. All right, let me see there, okay, on those WhatsApp there, okay. If some of the submissions from your friend were not right yet, okay, on those development on the sketches. Okay, please send those videos later on, okay, separately. All right, looks okay there, okay, looks okay on the movements that you try to produce over here. You can see you start to develop the kind of understanding on the motions there. Good. Who is it? Who's this one? Name? Boon? Chin Wei. Okay, good. Oops. You guys can see the screen there, right? If you cannot actually complete the whole kind of proportion of those drawings, okay, don't try to get those kind of what we call it, the measurements or the proportions too short there, okay? Don't cut basically the body there, okay? Just leave it there and continue them back. Okay, can you see the problem with these drawings over here? All right, and most of your motions that you try to draw right now, okay, you try to draw the outline there first, the shapes there, not develop the whole things there. But I can see the movements over here, okay, the formations over here look nice there, okay, look right there, okay. But these areas, the hands, right, it doesn't feel right because you try to draw the whole thing look like shapes only there, okay, not formation or the form of the whole structures at the same time, okay, when you move your hand, when you construct basically the whole subject matters when you draw that, see? And I can't actually see, okay, the complete, okay, at this time, okay, because around 1 minute and 35, basically you can complete the whole drawings. You can complete the whole drawings there. You see that, right? You start to hesitate there, right? And the hands become a bit more bigger. The arms and hands become a bit more bigger from the original bone structures there, right? This is basically we have to overcome. Okay, I never draw this kind of level of what we call that parts there. Okay, they separate between those limbs here. Okay, that's basically also the things right now that you actually make some sort of like massive kind of what we call that mistakes there when you draw. See, when you draw those kind of muscles there, okay, on the body structure there, you never know basically how to work on that because you don't look basically the patterns of the muscle when you draw. You just assume them. Most of the time people assume, think, okay, how the structures look like. That's why you cannot get it right. Okay? They look like a stick man there. They look like a hockey stick there, okay, with the legs there, right? On the legs. You see that, right? You draw hockey stick there. You not actually draw human anatomies right here. Okay, based on the contour line. This is basically the wrongdoing of working with the kind of gestures drawing. Okay, you guys see from there, right? You're not drawing human anatomies or muscles there, okay, using the contour line. You draw a hockey stick. I don't see any hockey stick on that kind of reference that we saw. So this kind of hockey stick kind of shapes, people always keep on doing there, okay, because they doesn't know how to connect it between their hands when you move using your eyes. This is the way that you think from here, the way that you think when you draw. You're assuming the shapes, you're assuming the form, and you start to draw according to what you imagine, not what you see. If you look into your eyes, because you're not drawing too fast, okay? I know that you're not drawing too fast, okay? You can take your time carefully to look at the whole structures and muscles when you draw. But you don't take it, you take for granted when you look at things like that. That's why you cannot capture basically entirely those drawings using your hands basically in the right way. Okay? Because you not look at things first in the right way here, guys. You not look at things there, right? You look into your mind there. Your mind take control on what you see, not your eyes. Do you guys understand what I mean right here? When you use your imaginations a lot, what do you mean by imaginations there, right? Okay. This is basically, okay, look into my eyes when I draw. When I show this one, okay? This is basically your papers. This is basically your reference. When you look while you draw, okay, like this, a lot. And then you look at your papers right here. How much time do you spend right here? How much time over here? And how much time do you spend right here, okay? When you look at this more rather than this, especially when you move your hand, when you start to move your hands, when you draw, you start to look at your drawings all the time, right? And your eyes, let's just say you don't move your eyes, you don't move your head, right? But you move your eyes over here. You can see there, right? When you spend too much time right here, more than 1 second that you look at the papers there, rather than you look at the papers while you move. That's when your mind play tricks on you. That's where actually your mind take control on your movements. Then you start to assume them, assuming the shape there, right? But if you look at the reference right here, this is a reference there. This is basically your papers there, okay? You just take a glimpse of it, right? But you still keep focus on your reference over here, all right? You just take a look to your papers when you draw, because you want to make sure that you in the right kind of route and path there, okay? You not actually draw beyond basically the border of your papers there. That's where actually you start to develop your understanding, because you look into all these single details there on your reference. You're not going to draw leg look like hockey stick, body structure look like a leaf. I don't see any leaf over there. I don't see any kind of hockey sticks there, right? Either from the hands and also from those legs there. Look carefully your reference there, guys, when you draw. And try to coordinate within your hands using those continuous gestures line drawings. Do you guys understand that, right? Yes or no? Y-O-N there, right? Y-O-N there, guys. Put it into the chat box. So right now, what you try to do here right now, right? You draw the outline there. This is not gestures line drawings. Obviously, it's not a gestures line drawing there, right? But the hands look a bit more thin, right? Take a look back and carefully to look back again to your reference. Right, there's a lot of hesitation within your line there, right? Then you take off those pencils and move into another parts of those body there when you draw. That's the correction there. That's the mistakes there, right? Okay. I know basically it's hard there, okay, but this is not the right way to draw. This is not the way that we conduct basically our gestures line exercise there, right? Your pencil's too short there, guy. Find another pencil, okay? What the erasers is all about, okay? You erase back again your drawings. Take away your erasers. No erasers there, right? I don't want to see any erasers there in your drawings over here. See, you change position of your body there, right? Okay? Your shoulders and your hands, because you're not confident enough to develop those kind of movements there. Redraw back again. All right. Now, same goes to this one there, okay? You hesitate when you draw there, right? Obviously, you hesitate while you draw. Right, when I move my hands continuously, this is what happens to your line. Even though you try to grab the proportions well, those are the things that I saw from here. But what are the things that you saw from this line over here? These are the things that you do all the time, okay? A lot of people do this kind of mistakes there, right? This is not gestures line drawing. Yeah, you saw basically how I actually produce my line there, okay? This is not the gestures line drawing there. You draw the shapes entirely here when you draw. But I can actually give a bit kind of what we call that a little bit more better on the move on the what we call it on the results, comparing to some of you guys actually try to draw basically those styles. I don't know what kind of style that you produced there, right? I didn't teach you guys to draw that kind of styles there first, right? If I want to draw them, right, okay, this is what I actually move my hands. Can you guys see here from here? Anyone can see from here there, right? So the hips, even though I don't have those reference with me, guys, but I can still imagine basically the shapes there, right? Look at how actually I move my hands, I guess, when I draw. The cursors, okay, the point of cursors that I use, that I actually show you guys right here using this computer, okay. So because one of the things that I have to stretch it out right now, okay, before you are going to draw, basically using those tablets here, right? If you don't change the way that you draw from now on, right? If you use those tablets, okay, they're going to find a lot of difficulties there. You will get a lot of difficulties to develop that kind of motion, the right kind of motion, to control the pressures really well from there. Okay, that's why you have to change. All right. Right. If you don't put those understanding, okay, whether you understand or not about what I'm saying here, why on the end, okay, just let me know here, okay, on the chat box. Put on the chat box there, guys, N or Y there, right? Yeah, we can do some discussion on that, right? You guys still here, right? Or you're going to do those? You start to busy to do those drawing here. So do we need to continue this line? Sure. Yes. When you saw basically my demonstration, right? Am I actually avoid using continuous line? Okay. Did you watch carefully with your eyes there, right, when you draw? I don't think that you actually develop from there. All right. One of the difficulty that every people actually face, okay, from this foundation exercise there, right? It's all about the mindset. If we don't change the mindset first, no one can change the way you're going to draw. No matter how much or how many tips that I'm going to give you guys along the way, I won't be able to change the way you draw if you don't change your mind. I won't be able to see the improvement from there if you don't change your mindset. Everything is all about mindset there, guys. You have to break through from your comfort zone, which is you thought you're doing right, which is basically not. All right? We're not talking about styles yet. We're not talking about any kind of what we call that manga kind of styles yet, right? We're talking about right now the right techniques before we're going to draw all that particular kind of styles there. Okay? We're talking about how to move first, not how to use any particular kind of shapes when you want to draw. How to move your hands. All right, just now who actually right? Okay, Jing, right? Yong Jing, right? Okay. Can you find any videos that we can share with us? People show you guys how to move your hands before you draw the shapes there. How you start to draw and move your hands according to the right way first before you are going to develop your understanding to draw the right.
For now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yong Jing, right? Wait up. I want to see your works over here. Your blind drawings look quite okay, but too small, okay, on your drawings over here. Too small there, right? I want to see your first drawing that you produced before. All right. This is the quality of drawing that you produce, the Yongjing, right? I'm not saying that you cannot draw. You have that kind of skills there. But what with the proportion itself? Can you get the right proportions over here? No, right. The proportion always, okay, have that kind of challenges for you to get there, okay? Do you use any erasers when you draw the Yongjing?
Yeah, I use some.
Right, erasers, they're right.
Yeah,
Those
yeah.
are the things that we will try to overcome, okay? I can bet you guys, okay, when I was like you, I'm also draw like this one, okay, when I was first attempt, okay, before I get the formal kind of educations there. My kind of drawing is most similar like this one, okay? I think more worse than this, all right? Worse than what you've done right now, okay? But these exercise and other kind of exercise that I did entirely, okay, for so many years have improved a lot from there. Okay, so I don't say that you start from zero there, okay, but you have that kind of skills, but only lack of understanding about the proportions, the confidence, the hesitation that you have because you're using erasers a lot, and you're afraid to press a little bit more further on your tone there, right? Okay, when you draw there, right? Is it true? But you have that kind of confidence of line when you draw using those pencils there, right? But some of the proportions, they has to be improved a lot, the line works, okay? And I bet if you improve, if you develop it more further on your understanding on these observations there, do a lot of exercise from here, then you can combine them back again with your drawing techniques. You can see the different kind of results from here. Okay? Okay, Yongjin, and for the rest of you guys there, okay?
Okay.
Okay, those are the things there, guys, okay, that we can actually see those kind of changes. We want to see the changes there. We don't want to stick and stick into that places all the times. All right, okay? If you stuck into that kind of places all the time, okay, for the rest of your life, you won't be able to find a lot of enjoyment to create your careers there. That's basically a lot. Most of you guys have been stuck there, okay? They're stuck in the same place. They cannot move on there, okay? They feel a bit kind of like plateau there, okay, on the works there, okay? And the skill itself, it doesn't have any excitement from there. That's the things what make people don't change there, right? So you guys still young. That's why I teach you guys all these intensive kind of works there, because I know that most of you guys, I think all of you guys have the potential to change, but change your mindset there first. Okay, change your mindset there first. We go through one step at a time there, right? Okay, one step at a time there, okay? But if you find yourself have changed, have improved on the motions, not the perfection there, guys. Remember that. On the movements when you draw. Don't you ever go back into your old styles of drawing, which is lead into your hesitations there, right? Okay? If you hesitate when you draw, but when you actually start to doing those exercise, you start to get the flows right, you get the confidence right, okay? Keep on doing that, but improvise them. Improvise from what you have learned there, okay? Because I'm not actually asking you guys to stuck yourself into, oh, sir, we have to do continuous line, sir. You thought that continuous line is only one part of those exercise that you won't be able to bring over to your skills there. It's not that, guys. There, it's not about. It's a one time of what we call that drawing lessons there. We teaching you guys the techniques in order to combine all together, become one particular individual styles later on. Okay. This is basically the technique that we learn, we want to bring over and over again, and we develop, we evolve. We evolving basically the skills from here. Not one time drawing, then you close the books, then you think that you're going to learn new things there, okay? You only learn a new techniques all the time, okay? And develop basically those understanding from there. We're not talking about we learn one exercise, we close the books, and then we start to do new exercise. And the technique that we learn from from the early stage, we can forget about it there, okay? It's not that, guys. We combine them all together back again. Okay, when you learn martial art, okay, you learn how to punch, to kick, right? To reverse kick there, okay, and the patterns. When you have the committee, when you actually go to sparring there, okay, that you actually use only one technique there to work on that? Do you actually use only punch when you want to protect yourself? No, they're right. You're going to mix up all those things that you learn. You combine them sometimes, okay? Whatever that you think is possible to survive there, okay, at a time. Same goes to drawings. Same goes to illustrations there, guys. We mix them up there. We combine them, right? Okay, you want to, what we call that, eat an instant noodle, for example. Do you eat instant noodle without any those what we call that? Yes, you're right. I am taking, yeah, right. Okay. That's right. Thank you very much, Dereki. Junbin, yes. Because I'm taking also those kind of martial arts, okay, when I was young, okay, but I do it by practice. I'm not saying I'm good at it, okay? I'm not good at it, okay? But since I was actually right, because I actually love martial art because of those icon, kind of what we call that, like Jackie Chan, Bruce Lee, they're right, okay? My Chan, they're okay, my Chan, they're okay. Some of the American, like Jean-Claude Van Damme, they're okay, and other kind of martial artists, they're okay. And what I've actually learned, okay, from all these kind of physical activities, they're right, okay. And I try to connect also with what I learn right now, and I develop also as my careers, okay, on this design and illustrations works there, okay. And even though in other kind of things that I do there, right, we have to mix up all this kind of informations that we have, knowledge that we have together, okay, and create into a lifestyle. Okay, just like if we talk about, okay, you know basically what I do in my life, okay, develop this kind of careers, okay. In martial art at the same times, whatever that I actually have been trained to do some stretching a bit, right, okay, to do some stretching, okay, to warm up ourselves, okay, I'm still doing until this day. There's a time in my life, basically, I stopped doing it, and I feel a little bit kind of cramped and a little bit kind of stiff a little bit on my body there, okay. Then one day, basically, okay, I had this kind of incidents, okay, like I'm riding a bike, but I'm not actually warm up myself there. Normally, I will warm up myself, okay, stretching, split, or whatever that we can do, okay, because I thought I'm actually still like as young as I supposed to be, right? So I didn't stretch, but my the way that I ride basically is not that far. Okay? I just want to go to the nearby mosque basically to do some sort of Friday prayer. Okay? But there is basically a cliff, a small cliff that we have to go through. And my bike at the times doesn't have any gears there, right? So I not kind of press a little bit, just a normal kind of cycling there, okay. But when I actually enter the mosque, basically, I start to feel a cramp on my what we call that thigh there, okay, on my legs there, right? And I've been suffered them for almost 2 months on that. That when I go to the orthopedics for okay, I go to specialty whatever, okay, they start to want to make simple solutions, but I'm not going to agree with it because we want to do some operations there because my leg a bit bloated and also swollen there, okay. One leg is only there, right? So I start to find myself back again, try to research back again what should I do, okay, other than do that kind of thing there, okay? So I start to stretch a little bit more, do a little bit kind of small kind of routine kind of stretchings. I do a bit kind of like go to what we call that massage there, right? Okay, and yeah, unfortunately, right, it healed there. It healed naturally there. Okay, and after that times, I go back into I recall back again, right, what I've learned basically when I was when I was young. Okay, all this kind of physical activities. Okay, I start to doing back again. Even though I never stopped at the time. Okay, but there's a period of my time. Okay, I think around 1 year and a half, okay, I didn't actually do any kind of physical activities there, okay. I didn't do some stretching there, okay. But at that one times only there, okay, that hit me really hard there, okay, on my muscles. So that's why, okay, we go back again, okay, because whatever that I've learned, we've learned basically, okay, because I'm taking those kind of what we call that lessons there, okay, when I was like around 11-year-old there, okay, 11-year-old there. So I never basically stopped stretchings until today directly. Until today directly. Those are the things that it helps directly, especially when you get more older directly. It's helped you guys directly. Every morning directly, before I do anything directly, after my morning prayers, basically I'm going to do some stretching. That's simple stretching directly, split directly. Those are the common thing that I do directly because I think my body start to basically adapt back again to that routine directly. So small kind of routine that you can do directly, it make a big changes on your life. Okay, hopefully those are the things that I believe directly. But if God want to give me some of the what we call that, we never know directly. So we take it as a part basically of our precaution because we actually have trained ourselves. We know basically we do the right. Okay. So but we try to get ready, right, okay, for all these kind of circumstances there, right? So hopefully there, right, okay? That's why we always be prepared, guys, okay? Even though some of the things we cannot control in our life there, okay? But these things we can control there, right? If you say to me there, okay, sir, it's very hard. Yes, of course. It's going to be easy, okay? If there is an easy way, right, okay? Everyone are going to be in your shoes right now. Everyone going to what we call that, put themselves in this your positions right now. But why you've been chosen here, there, okay? There's a reasons. It's not basically what we call that. It's not by the reasons they guess. Everything that we actually write, be a part in some of the things that we be in, right? There's a reason that hopefully they become a more positive kind of vibe from that, other than negative, right? But of course, okay, they always have the challenges. That this is a part of the challenge. But the thing is, right now, we're not focusing on the perfections. We're focusing on the movements that first. We're focusing on the behaviors of the discipline that we want to develop, the kind of routine that here. But if you don't change your mind right here, you won't be able to. Okay. Remember about the martial art. Okay, there has a patterns, there's a movements, there's a flows that we have to produce. Okay, on the to adapt that kind of discipline there. Okay. So everyone has their own kind of way to develop that kind of understanding there, okay? But you have to practice a lot. If you practice once a week, I send 2 of my kids before, all right, to martial art trainings, okay? But they don't practice them, right? Right. If you practice once a week, you don't actually practice, okay? I think when you have time, okay, you don't practice along the weeks, okay, like 2 or 3 times, okay? How actually you can be good at it? How actually you can give that kind of muscle to remember what you have to use and flows there, okay? That kind of things happens also the same thing with our illustration skills, design skills there, right? Just like playing sports there, okay? So start to work on that. Don't worry about all those kind of mistakes there. Everyone going to make mistakes all the time. I'll make a lot of mistakes in my driving mistake, guys. That's what we hear, okay? We want to let it flow, okay? I don't care about those mistakes. We learn from that mistakes there. We improve from there. Those mistakes will give the mark for us to make sure that we don't do the same thing. Or if we do the same thing also, okay? It's all a matter of how we control back again our psychological emotions, our minds. Sometimes our mind will be kind of what we call that, feel a bit kind of hectic, a little bit there, right? We cannot focus there, so we can release a bit more. So this kind of exercise, okay, will give you more kind of access to, okay, oh, I feel tired a little bit or so I'm going to do my kind of exercise a bit more relaxed. I don't press too much on that. I found the video. Should I send it? Yeah, you can send over here. Let me see the right here. You just want to share the right here. All right, this is one of the basics videos, okay? How to start to draw, how to develop those kind of understanding there, how to hold the pencils there, okay? You look carefully how he moved his hand there, okay? But don't try to compare, okay? Sometimes, okay, oh, this guy teach like this guy teach like that, okay? Basically, we talk in the same kind of positions there, in the same kind of language there, guys. In the same kind of language there, guys. One of the videos actually you can actually look at, right, is this Proco. All right. Proco also one of the good example of what we call it online videos that you guys can use to give more enhancements on your kind of what we call the knowledge and understanding there. But most of the thing that I actually been explained to you guys, right, basically the same there, right? Okay, maybe because he can explain a bit more further because his language basically is a first language there, right? Okay, but I tried basically hard enough, okay, to give you guys a bit more kind of explanation from there and also the demonstration at the same time there, guys. Okay, so mix them up all this kind of knowledge, okay, that you actually have seen, okay, from any different kind of videos, and not to compare, but try to combine them. If you compare, basically you put the block there, okay, in every single kind of works there, okay, and you don't open up your mind. Just like when you actually start to realize yourself, oh, I love manga only, I don't like American comics, okay. Don't limit yourself when you start to learn. If you block yourself and you limit yourself, that means you have developed the border between your kind of experience and knowledge there, right? And you will start later on in the futures there. Right now, basically, you feel quite very useful there, okay? But when the time goes by, okay, you won't find any kind of changes from there. Because remember what I say from one or two students that I've found before, okay? They really can draw those manga styles, okay? But the problem is when it comes to final year projects, they kind of doesn't have any confidence there. I asked them, okay, hey, why actually you don't develop basically a manga comic style for your final year projects? Or I don't think that my drawing is good enough. Okay, there's a lot of people, hey, what's wrong with it? When I thought you guys, like this kind of stage, okay, you always feel confident. I like this one, I love this one only, okay, blah, 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 okay. But when it comes times that you have to show basically your kind of what you made of, okay, for your final year projects, right? You don't have this confidence anymore. That's a waste of time for me, right? Because if I were you guys, if I really stick to what I wanted, okay, I will prove to my lecturers that I can do it, right? That's the attitude, the right attitude from there. Right? The right attitude, but we don't have to be more bragging about it. Okay? Put your ego aside there, okay? Those are the first thing there, okay? So we have to develop it more further understanding from here on there. All right? So we have another exercise that we want you to. Okay, I want you guys to do that, okay, before we dismiss. We call it a 10-second drawing exercise. Which is Tian there, okay? I saw Tian actually move over to those, what we call that. We want to draw 10 seconds exercise drawings. Okay, I want to show you guys how it works. All right, I want one of you guys take those, what we call that, take those timing for me. Anyone can take those timings there? Jing, can you take those timing for me?
Okay.
10-second drawings there, right? So you guys are going to experience them the same thing there. All right, now I'm going to draw these subject matters over here. Can you see those on the screen there, right? 10-second drawings. Can you take those?
Okay, start.
Start there, right? Second, right?
Yeah.
This is basically the drawing that we're going through. Practice right here, okay? 10-second drawings here right now. To see whether we can develop the understanding rightly, to develop the flows and move without hesitate the motions there itself. At the same time, we tackle basically the right kind of postures of our subject matters over there. In 10 seconds, using the same method, same techniques, a bit more fastest, but I'm focusing on the subject matters over there. Are you guys ready? All right. If you guys ready here, 10 seconds, and then post in our WhatsApp, okay, groups, those drawings. Because no one wants to share basically their screen. I think you guys too shy that can show the screen there, okay? Because in this interaction, we need to see the, okay, those videos there, but we can't. Okay, you guys ready, all right? This one, 10-second one, okay? Yes, 10-second drawing that Junbin there, right? Are you guys ready? Now. Seven, 8, 9, stop the right. Okay, post on your WhatsApp there, right? Your drawings over here. Pen run out of ink. And we can draw back again later on. I want to see the movement there again. This one from, who is it, okay? See the hesitation on the drawing line there, see? Redraw back again. Okay, according to what I saw, okay? This is Sana Lim, right? Sana Lim, who is Sana Lim? Sandra, is it? Okay, guys, get ready, back again. Oh, Junbin, you are? Okay, redraw back again, Junbin, right? All right, prepare back again. You want to change those subject matters? Okay. This is our new subject matters over here. All right, get ready, guys. Get ready in 5 seconds, 10 seconds, drawings. Okay, go. And stop there, right. So send those results in our WhatsApp group there first. All right, send it over here, guys. Send it over your results of your sketch. too fast, all right? Yes, that's basically what we want to see there, okay? Whether you guys can actually work on that, okay? See? Hesitate too much, okay? All right, this is a nice kind of line over here. All right, this one there, right? From, who is it? Zen there, right? This is what happened there, okay? What happens here? Right. All right, this is a good line also there, okay? You can see from here there, right? You guys can see some of the reference, okay? Sushi, right? Sushi. We see from here. This is 10-second drawing, is it? All right. The lines were there, right? But need to practice a bit more further, right? Okay? To get the whole structures right. See? The whole structures right there, right? So some drawings sometimes going to be look like this one there, guys. Okay, in 10 seconds there, for example, here, right? Some drawing are going to be a little bit more like this. Yeah, 10 seconds there, right? Or maybe less than that. Okay, but the line works that you draw basically, it show basically your kind of major understanding on the postures first. Okay, when you draw there, okay? For example, like this one. Practice yourself there, okay? Develop that kind of motions of line there, okay? But when you draw something like this, it's not the right way there. Because the line should be continuous produced when you draw. That's the difference there, guys, okay? Almost get it, but suddenly, right, they become fat there, okay, this guy. Okay, blotted a little bit, those the body there, right, okay? And same goes to this one there, right, see? Hesitate too much there, but it's okay. It's a step, it's the first step to develop your kind of improvement from here. This one is Tian there, right? Tian, right? The line works look nice there, Tian, right? Tian, is it? But improve it more further from there. Improve on the confidence when you draw, okay? That's basically what we should do there, right? Don't basically try to apply only the overall shape, okay? Draw the whole structures at the same time. But you get it right, okay? You start to get it there, right? Okay? But it takes time that you have to improve more from here. Okay? Please basically do a lot of exercise from here, okay, from now on. Because otherwise, the most difficult things that we want to improve from here is all about how actually we draw. That's basically the most important, is the most difficult things there, right? Because to change the way we draw is not that easy there, guys. It's right here. It's a mindset there, right? Remember that. And of course, like what Bruce Lee said there, okay? Be the water there, right? Okay? Be the water, right? Flows there, okay? Like a water there, right? That's basically the important things here. Because when you be the water, okay, you put your ego aside. Okay, everyone has one there, okay? Even I also have, okay? But we know how to play with it. We know how to control with it, okay? We know where actually we have to put those ego aside. We have to stand for ourselves, and where basically we can actually let it flow a bit to blend with the discipline that we want to create from here. Okay? All right, guys. So, any questions? Please send it over to your groups, okay? Your progressions, before basically we are going to send it over to your Sunday submissions there, okay? So if I'm going to add another exercise for this week, I'm going to inform you guys in our Google Classroom there. Okay, just double check. Okay, if I don't actually write add more exercise, that means you're lucky there, right? Okay, but don't ease yourself, okay, because one of the Genshin at the tab there, where is it? Here. I want to do some research in it, right? Okay, because I want to do some demos there. On the tab there, right? Which tab there, right? All right, any questions, guys? Anyone else? Any question, any inquiries there? Why I cannot enter basically there, right? On my phone. Okay. No, okay, right. Okay, if you don't have any questions. All right. So good luck with this exercise and keep on practicing and improve more, okay? Even though I just need only 5 drawings for these submissions at the moment, please do more exercise on your own time there, okay? You want to improve yourself there. Don't waste it every single minute that you have by not practicing there. Because that is the only way we can improve more there, okay? You can develop more understanding from there. Some people say do the same things entirely, you won't be able to get a good result or different result, okay? No, okay? Every single thing that you do, they should show different kind of result there, see different kind of progression from there. Remember what we talk about those martial arts, also the same thing, okay? You practice the same punch 10,000 times, you will get the power kind of punch there, okay? You will start to develop a strong on your muscles there, okay? On your bone system, on your flows and movements there, okay? But with the right techniques. With the right techniques there. Same goes to drawings there. Same goes to illustrations there, okay? Same goes to design. But were we afraid to have, because we get stuck into that kind of position or styles only there. We cannot change there. We cannot improvise from there. We cannot make some evolvement from there. We need to evolve ourselves there, okay? We use our brain not to cheat ourselves there, okay? But we use our brain to get some creativity involvement from there. Okay, so see you guys basically in our next sessions, and have a good weekend at the same time. So enjoy yourself there practicing there, okay? And take some rest also at the same time, and take care of yourself there, guys, okay? So thank you very much for having me today, and I'm glad you guys participate also with those kind of what we call that sessions, and good luck there, right? Bye.
Thanks, sir.
Okay, welcome there, right? All right, guys, welcome. Bye-bye.